Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, everyone. My name is Suliana and I'm speaking from Petaling Jaya, Malaysia on how to do well in TR90. So life is a matter of choices and every choice you make makes you. So today, if you have made the choice to dial in at 8 a.m., you have certainly decided consciously or subconsciously that you want to succeed and build a successful business for yourself. So do open your heart to listen to my sharing this morning. So as usual, our grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. We always start by being grateful, and the way to achieve success in Nu Skin is to be grateful. Choice decides destiny. When we choose the beginning, we have chosen the outcome. Today, if we choose to be an employee, as you can see here in the graph of income versus the time, so as an employee is the blue line, we know that our boss dictates our income, where when we stop work, we are back to zero. Today, if we choose to be self-employed, like highly skilled professionals, for example, in the green line, I know that I am limited by my time and you're back to zero. And today, if we choose to be in a traditional business, which is the yellow line, as you can see all the ups and downs, I need to have a strong heart to sustain the ups and downs and loss in business. Again, when you stop, everything's back to zero. But today, if we choose to do Nu Skin, which is the pink line, I expect the business to grow fast or slow, depending on my effort. But if I work harder now, when I can no longer work as hard, I won't need to. And yet, I would still be able to have the same or better lifestyle. So when we choose a beginning, we have chosen the outcome. So why do I embark on Nu Skin? My biggest goal is to make my own decisions about how I spend my time and having the freedom to travel as I want, to just relax and not do anything as I want, or to give as much as I want to charity or help people as much as I want, to set up a legacy for my children and their children and so on, all without worrying about how much I have. So passive income is basically, it is not how much you earn when you work hard, it is how much you earn even when you stop working. So I have myself been working as an employee, in a multinational company way back when I first started work after uni. And then I did my own business as a management consultancy, being my own boss. Then after that, I went on to doing social work for the last 20 years. And there's definitely no income there. So now at Nu Skin, it's nice to be getting my own monies and it is going towards my passive income. So in this business, we need to look at how we position ourselves. Are we building network or are we retailing? Now, if you are happy just selling the products, then it's not really necessary to attend any classes. But if you're serious about building a network, then you are at the right place. So for example, let's look at 7-Eleven. Now in Taiwan, do you know that Taiwan has 3,000 7-Eleven outlets? They sell tea eggs, just tea eggs, and the profit of the tea eggs is 50 cents. And if they sell 100 a day, the profit is $50. And in 1 month, they get 1,500. But they have 3,000 outlets. So Imagine that the profit in 1 month is $4.5 million. And profit in 1 year is $54 million. So now why is that? Because when you own 3,000 outlets, you own the network, you own the franchise. So like Paul Getty says, I'd rather take 1% of 100 people than 100% of my own. Isn't that right? Yeah. So how do we do that? We also want to open up as many outlets like the 7-Eleven or the Starbucks and the McDonald's. So to build our network, we start by creating BRs or brand reps. So brand reps, we create them through sharing about our products to our family and friends. So how do we make the dollars? It is basically very simple. Success is very simple as long as you duplicate 1, 2, and 3. So how do you do that? So step 1, that's you try the product yourself, and then you share with perhaps 2 family members and then invite, say 3 friends to try the product. And in the process, you become a BR, a brand representative. And in 3 to 6 months, you can be earning an income of more than 10,000 ringgit a month, or 3,000 to 4,000 Sing dollars a month. So this is the secret how McDonald's, Starbucks, and others, they duplicate a successful model. So actually the business is quite simple, but we are the ones who probably make it complicated. So we do this as fast as possible. You know, there are people creating BRs just within the day. You can do it in a week, but just keep doing that, okay? So $1 million income is really not a dream. So there is you, all right, and you are a BR, and you create 5 BRs under you, and then those 5 BRs create their own 5 BRs under them, and then so you have 25 BRs, and then those 25 BRs create their own 5 BRs under them, so you have 125 BRs and so on. So basically, let's say 3 years, yeah? For example, you are creating a BDM process. What is BDM? So BDM is basically, B means be a star yourself, and then D means duplicate a star below you, and M means multiply these stars so that you will achieve your 5, 25, 1 to 5 to get to the MDC, that is the $1 million circle. So by just having these 3 levels of 5, 25, 1 to 5, at a minimum of 3,000 group sales volume, that means let's say you just sell 3 sets of TR90 a month minimum, you know, and 5% commission, you can be earning a very nice income of USD $23,000 a month. So how does that sound? It's almost 100,000. I think it's 105,000 ringgit in Malaysian, or around 32,000 Sing dollars a month. And of course, if you continue and get 20,000 BRs, then you're talking of about US $3 million a month. So in order for us to grow our network, to realize our dreams, yeah, the objective is to increase the brand rep count in our network. Now, there are 3 phases in being successful in Nu Skin. There is the sales, the follow-up, and activation, and the duplication. So the success model is that you bring in the raw materials, so that's when you're doing sales, and then you repeat the duplication process as part of the follow-up and activation to create your brand reps, and you continue the duplication process by leveraging on the ST system, the Success Together system, and of course, you value add by going up pin from being Ruby. Ruby is an executive brand partner, to brand director, to team elite, and to the MDC, the $1 million circle. So all big successful enterprises have a proven duplication model. So how do these BRs come into the network? Basically, it is all through sales, because all businesses start from sales. Now, I know many of you will say, oh no, I hate doing sales, or I don't have any sales experience. But really, do know that, right? Any organization, most important department is the sales and marketing. And in our business, what we're doing is actually we share what we use. It's like telling people, you meet some friends, say, hey, have you been to this this Thai restaurant that's just opened in Uptown? And it's really very, very good. The food's really excellent. I love the tom yum, and the service, wow, I really was very impressed. You just must give it a try. So wasn't that sales? It's just really like sharing your experience and talking about whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, so sorry. How do these BRs then come into the network? So it is all through sales, yeah, sharing what you use. Now, I believe you attract what you think and receive what you believe. So I develop and constantly strengthen these 3 belief systems. So just remember that TR90 is not just for fat people. Okay, and the ultimate duo is not just for old people, and the neutral is not just for balding people. So the belief we must have is that everyone needs the new skin product, everyone needs the new skin opportunity, and everyone can succeed in new skin. So basically, in order to build the belief system, you just have to have 2 important mindsets. So how to do closing well, whether it is the TR90 or the Ultimate Duo or the Reset or any of the new skin products, is that you must have 100% belief. 100% belief, right? And not 99% belief. Because like, the water, the water boils at 100 degrees, right? And not any lower. So you must have 100% belief. Now, in order to do well in TR90, you must have 100% belief in TR90. So to have belief in the product, you have to use the product. You have to know the key features about the product. So do you have 100% belief when, for example, when someone asks you, does this product have any rebound? And then you say, and say, oh, I'm not so sure. Or do you say, well, if you follow the 3-3-3 eating habit and continue that as a lifestyle, there is going to be no rebound. Just say it with confidence. Like when you go to the market, okay, and then you see people selling oranges, and then you say, oh, is this sweet or not? And then the other person, sometimes sweet lah, sometimes I don't know lah. Or are you going to say someone say, yes, it's very sweet? Who would you go to? The one who say it's sweet, right? Because you close based on belief. If they can ask it, if let's say somebody asks you, can it tone the arms, or can it get rid of my tummy? I'm diabetic, should I ask my doctor? Do you then say, oh, yeah, I think you better ask your doctor? No, you have to have 100% belief and say that people with medical condition also can take TR90. Come to our TR90 day and listen even more. So I don't generally let the person decide, because I believe TR90 is the only way to help the person to slim down properly and overhaul his or her body. So when the customer asks, wow, so fast with the closing up, I said, yes, of course, TR90 is the best. You cannot give others what you don't have. If you still have doubts on the TR90, please talk to all your uplines, and clarify everything that once and for all about it. Because if you bring your doubts to your customers, definitely you won't be able to close. Now, for example, if you met Wen Yang, for example, who looks slim, right? Are you comfortable to recommend TR90? Well, it's a good thing his uplines persevered, because look how good he is looking. And what about Amina? TR90 is for everyone, okay? Amina took the TR90 and look, her migraine decreased, her period cramps gone, and she was reshaping very nicely. Actually, many skinny people have health problems also. Of course, a more typical one is for someone who looks like this, but you can see that not only she lost weight, but she improved her health also. She was very happy. This is my good friend, actually. She's very happy because she doesn't have to take any more diabetic medication. So the next thing that you must believe is not only in the products, but you must believe 100% in the company. Now, Nu Skin is long-term sustainable, and Nu Skin, in fact, has been listed in the New York Stock Exchange for more than 20 years. It is also listed in Forbes' list of 100 most trustworthy companies, and our anti-aging technology was featured in the Discovery Channel. And the company itself has been around for more than 35 years in the US and in Southeast Asia for more than 20 years. So when we do a business with a partner, right, we definitely want a strong business partner with a long-term mindset. Then the next belief within that is you must believe in your uplines. Basically, your uplines are like your parents and they want you to succeed. They're not going to point you in the wrong direction, okay? When your upline said, everyone needs TR90, do you believe, or you're thinking, maybe the upline wants to make more money? No, we've had people who are breastfeeding, we've had cancer patients, people with kidney issues, all taking TR90. And so after you attend enough classes and you witness enough testimonials, you will believe, because without 100% belief, you will slow down your own success. So 100% belief in yourself to achieve success in Nu Skin business. It really does not depend on any qualifications or financial strength or your background or your experiences. The only requirement is really your desire to succeed. Because if you suddenly start thinking, oh dear, what if that person has got no money? Or you start thinking, what if that person doesn't lose weight? And so the moment you have any negative thoughts, you won't be able to close. So just go positive. It's when you have any negative thoughts, it's like stepping on the accelerator and then you step on the brake at the same time. So that doesn't get you anywhere, right? So when someone asks about a guarantee, for example, so what's your reaction? Do you step on the brake or the accelerator? So I always say, yes, 100% guarantee you will slim down. But of course, you must follow the program. You either you lose kilograms or you lose your inches. And it's really, no one really just wants your money, okay? They just want to test how confident are you of the product. How can it be that TR90 doesn't work? Otherwise, how did it become #1 program, weight management program in Malaysia and Singapore for the last 4 or 5 years? So it is really that person's loss if he or she doesn't take TR90. Okay, so the next important mindset you must have is about passion. Okay. Do you choose to work hard, and then make the money and then only do what you like? Or do you prefer to love what you do and make money at the same time and then continue to do what you like? So, have a heart of helping others. It is acceptable to make money when you are providing value to others. So do you love TR90? Do you love sharing TR90 with people and help people by seeing them to slim down? I always get excited about Nu Skin products, and I'm very excited to share with anyone to help them. And when they've lost the weight and they say, oh, thank you so much, I really love that feeling, because you are able to help something. Okay, it's not about making that $5,000. Because really that money, if they don't spend it on TR90, they can also spend it on something else. So our mission is that only TR90 can help this person. So For the pre-meeting, once we get into the pre-meeting, first thing, of course, make sure that, so, sorry, are you all able to listen to me? Are you all okay? Thank you. All right, so the image is important. Make sure that you are dressed appropriately. You are promoting a weight management product. So would you go in a very like loose kind of attire, or would you be smartly dressed to show you have benefited from TR90? Certainly the latter, right? You know, you just have to show you are happy and excited and confident of yourself. So about the product knowledge, have you used the products? Do you use all the products extensively? Have you attended any product trainings? Okay, if you have done all the three, you are very well equipped to sell, because we are in the business of sharing. So when you ask your friends, for example, you know, to try out an ice cream that you like, do you study the ingredients? Or do you just share the benefits? Oh, you know, I love this eye cream. It really makes lessen my wrinkles around my eyes, etc. Right? You just share the benefits. And for the mummies here, do you recommend milk powder to another person's baby? Because a baby is very vulnerable, right? So it doesn't stop us from sharing about a good milk to her. So why are we hesitant to share about TR90? Now, if you yourself don't believe TR90 is the right approach to weight loss, you are basically stepping on the accelerator and brake at the same time. So will you be able to close? You can't, right? So preparation then, of course, is very, very important. You know, you need to bring your brochure, your DA, which is your distributor's agreement, your Omron machine, your measuring tape, an online connection. But is the Omron really important? Do you really need the Omron to close? Actually, no. You know, you can close without the Omron, because, you know, if you see that the person is already not well and he's big, you know that they have a weight problem. But the Omron really affirms it for them, because it makes them, when you put them on the Omron, it makes them realize how much they need to do something. So you assure them this Omron is a very well-known brand, especially, you know, most people use it for measuring their blood pressure, etc. And then when they step on the Omron, it is quite revealing, isn't it? So that's when the customer then starts relating to you. So you just need to persevere in making the customer realize that this is the solution that they are looking for. So you must have the intention to close, because you ask yourself, why is it that you're seeing your friend? Have you decided that you want to help your friend? Because really, you know, you can really weigh them anywhere, right? You know, I mean, I'm sure all of you have done it at shopping malls, coffee shop, corridors. So most important is your intention. Have you decided to help your friend and close? Okay, so then during the meeting itself, you know, we have this pyramid. I'm sure many of you seen this pyramid. So let us go through into detail about the friendship and trust. You've got needs, got presentation, and then you do the objection handling, and then you close. So for friendship and trust, there is a 3-3-3 rule, okay? The first 3 seconds is first impressions, okay? Of course, what they see in you, you know, your attire, your readiness to help them, you smiling, it always helps, is it? When there is a smile on the face. And then the 3 minutes, you know, the body language, the voice and the tone that you give. And of course, the 30 minutes, the contents and charisma. Just be yourself, okay? Be genuinely interested in that person. Just make the customer likely. Of course, no matter how rude the person is, you just have to be nice, because, you know, everyone is selling TR90, so they don't really have to buy from you. So how you can help along also, you know, give them some sincere compliments, because that's really the best way to make friends. Now, the second level of that pyramid that we saw just now is needs. This is where, first of all, to determine the needs of your prospect, of course, you can ask lots of questions, and it is useful if you use FORM. Okay, F stands for family. You can ask around their family, and then are they still working? What do they do in terms of their occupation? And then what do they do for their recreation? Do they go skydiving, or is it are they just collecting stamps, or just doing retail therapy, going to the shopping malls? And of course, you can then assess in terms of the money and what sort of messages that they are sending to you, whether they're having sort of health issues, then there are people who are having maybe possibly health issues like they're diabetic, or they have gout, or they have high blood pressure, etc. Then there are people who want to have a better image and confidence, self-confidence of themselves. If they, lose weight, they can feel better, and maybe they can do their job better. And in fact, we meet many who they actually look okay, but they definitely want to look better. So have you, tried asking them for these kind of needs? You just have to listen more, and then ask more and care more. Okay, ask them, how many kilos is it that they want to lose, or which part of the body is it that they are, wanting to trim down. Then, of course, you are going to find the people who are looking for an opportunity, especially nowadays, right? There are lots of people really, needing to have that business opportunity. So really believe that Nu Skin can give them what they want. So think of a solution, instead of thinking about the problems. And then we talk about the actual presentation itself. Now, when you want to do the presentation, you always start with a testimonial, okay? Now, of course, the best is put your own testimonial first, and then followed by the family members. And of course, make sure also the other testimonials that you share are relevant testimonials. So how is your collection of TR90 testimonials now? Make sure you start collecting them, all right? Now, if you want to close, let's say, for a downlines customer, and so you make sure that the testimonial is relevant. For example, let's say if you're doing an OPP with a 60-year-old man, then obviously you don't show the young people losing weight with TR90. They would want to know that whether they can, at their age, can they also lose weight, all right? So after showing this testimonial, then I proceed with the actual OPP, the opportunity presentation of the products file. You can, of course, use the brochure itself. Many of us have got all the brochures, or of course, you can use a PowerPoint from your laptop or your iPad, whichever is easier and also duplicable. Now, how you speak is more important than what you actually say, okay? You will definitely close if you share with excitement. You just have to have the spark in your eyes, as they say, If you speak like a PhD or a medical doctor with no excitement, this is what happens if you do this, I think you won't close, because people say, oh my God, what's happening? So people buy based on emotion, not logic. So just transfer the excitement. You just also must get yourself excited. Of course, if you're feeling a bit down on that day, okay, just make sure you settle yourself first before you meet the client. And also be in control of the conversation. All right. A lot of them, as you know, they will all say, I know it looks good, but how much, how much is it? So they may rush you about the price, but you control the presentation and say, give me 10 minutes. Let me just explain this. So don't answer the price, okay? So just do it. And I normally decide for the person when they cannot make a decision, because after all, we are the expert in the subject matter. You are the expert, even if you're speaking with a doctor. So my TR90 presentation is about like 30 minutes, and then I'll take out the order form, and then I say, okay, chocolate or vanilla, and settle the closing. So the key point is you decide for this person and go with a helping heart, okay? Okay, so how many of you get to hear that, oh dear, TR90 is so expensive lah. So before you tell them the price of TR90, I would actually do two very important conditioning. Okay, after then only they will then agree it's not expensive. Now, first of all, you ask them, have you been to a slimming center? If they say yes, then you know that they know how much it costs. But if they say, no, I don't know, I haven't been, then you educate them a bit lah. Okay, so you say, well, actually, do you know how expensive it is? If you go to the slimming centers, they can cost at least 10 to 12,000 ringgit in Malaysia, or 4 to 5,000 in Singapore, if not more. Then they understand that it's not cheap to lose weight. Okay, so if they want to consider surgery, for example, you know that it is about 3 to 4 times that of slimming centers. So there you have established that slimming is not cheap. Yeah, and especially if you have effective slimming. Now, the second conditioning we do is that it's not really about cheap or expensive. It's about getting the results. Now, if you, let's say, spend 100 ringgit to buy, let's say, some supplements or drugs online to slim, or drugs from a doctor, and then you don't get results, okay, that's, to me, it's money wasted, right? But if you pay, let's say, 8,000 and get the results you want, and you got rid of your medical illnesses and you get the results, you manage to slim down, so that's money well spent, right? Of course, I quoted a higher figure than the 5,000, so that when they find out that TR90 is only 5,000 something, they will be really relieved, because they would have thought it was 8,000 ringgit. Okay, so it's important to do these two conditioning so that people don't argue with you about the price. Yeah, so the other two conditioning that we do need to do is about why 3 months? You know, they say, oh, can't I just do it for 1 month, etc. Because visceral fat, you know, in our bodies have taken years to build up, 20, 30 years or more. So do you think that, you know, in just 1 month we can burn up the fat? Of course not, right? We have to do 3 months to burn away the fats. And it's really in the 3rd month that the fat burning is the fastest. So you must take, especially the trim shake well, right through the 3 months. So once you've said that, they won't ask you again, can I just take 1 month or 2 months or whatever? And then the 4th conditioning is, wow, why so many products? 5 products. Is it your company wants to keep on increasing the sales? Is it so that you make the package expensive? So I tell them that the products actually complement each other. If I take only CTP, okay, it just controls your appetite, and you don't take CPLEX. So how do you burn your visceral fat? So today, if you only take trim shake and you're eating less, but let's say you don't have CTP, that will help to reduce your cravings, then you will always be feeling so hungry. So that's why, like previously, you were taking other brands, it didn't work. So by saying this, then they won't ask you again why you must have so many products, okay? So when you talk about the products also, just bear in mind, you know, there are 19 products for the 3 months. So now the current price of TR90 is 5,245. So you divide by 19 products, that's only 276 per product. So it's not expensive at all, okay? But needs many products for the 3 months. So of course, for those of you who know about the credit card installment price, it's only 437 ringgit for 12 months installments plan. So it's very doable, right? So that's how I would handle the pricing. Although, of course, don't talk about the installment plan much later unless they really need to have that kind of help. Now, the next part is, of course, objection handling. Actually, there is a whole session on objection handling. So I won't be able to go through the whole and a lot of it in detail. So do attend the next class that you hear about objection handling. But I will just run through briefly some of the common ones, okay? Sincerely though, the trick of it all is just handle it with confidence, okay? That's the main thing, okay? Now, the common occurrence is that they refuse to make a decision. You know, they worry about the price, is it effective, any side effect, they keep on asking all kinds of questions. But basically, these are sometimes basically excuses, 99% of the objections are excuses because they say, oh, let me ask my doctor or let me ask my husband or my wife, It's because they haven't, trusted you yet. Or else they also maybe they don't want to make a decision, or sometimes they themselves are not ready for the change. So when you talk about money or pricing, that's when, if they're not convinced, it's important you get them onto the Omron. And when they see that they have got high visceral fat and there is really no choice, right? So then you can ask them, how much is your health worth? Surely it's more than 5,000 ringgit, right? So, especially like guys, they hardly spend money, right? And maybe if they do, they buy the sport rims or accessories for their motorbikes. Actually, even hospitalization cost is more than 10,000 ringgit. All right. So basically, if you tell them, if you follow this program, you will definitely slim down and bring down your visceral fat. So that is really very, very important for you, right? So you're going with an helping heart. So it's not about just making the 5,000. It's really our mission so that the TR90 can help the person, because we know that only TR90 works and the customer really wants to lose weight. Now, in terms of the payment, again, you can, say that if they really want, you keep on asking them, do you really want to lose weight? So, maybe they can borrow a family member's credit card and make some arrangement, and so you keep on asking the question, repeat it, do you want to lose weight? All right. So then there are people who also, let's say, want to do the installment plan, and then you can explain to them that there is that possibility of doing that. Regarding the business plan, you can show that, but you may not necessarily share the product and the plan at the same time. But let's say if someone is really not sure to proceed or not to proceed, and then you might decide to share the business. And in fact, there was one person that I shared everything and is really still very hesitant. But after we've shown him the business plan, he actually showed his credit card. So he was really wanting to, because I think he saw that, to go into this business, it is a very, very low price to invest in this business. Then, of course, there are some people who don't like to pop in pills. They say, oh, so many, supplements to take. So you tell them, look, there are 3 ways to lose weight. Okay, you can diet, or you can exercise, but you know how difficult it is to lose 10 kilograms, or you take the pills. And that is really the easiest way to lose weight. So focus on the outcome. Look, imagine how you will look when you fit into that outfit that you couldn't fit, last few years, you cannot fit into it. You just keep on reassuring them you can lose weight, seriously. And, once you keep on reassuring them, they'll forget about the popping pills. And then just say chocolate or vanilla. And then you just say that, that you want the cash or credit card. And just say that, look, let's focus on the outcome, how good you will look after 3 months. Of course, the other one, people say, oh, I really don't like trim shake. I don't like milk and all that. But you just say it is just for 3 months only, and just share with them how some people overcome it, put in lots of ice, take it with straw, etc., and explain to them it is actually made of whey protein and like the bird nest, and the protein is equivalent to half a chicken, so that when you lose weight, you don't look haggard and flabby. All right. And then, of course, you know, when like if you compare to competitors' products, okay, maybe some of them lose weight, but it goes on forever. You cannot stop, right? Ours is just 3 months. So you just have to keep on telling the stories, just to keep on building their confidence. So people who are on medication, for example, they say, oh, you know, I'm taking my high blood pressure, my cholesterol, etc. Again, show lots of testimonials. We have lots of testimonials of people who have who take medication, and they have like what we can say to them is, maybe you're more comfortable, give 1 to 2 hours gap between the medication and the supplement. And of those who have, for example, I have to ask my hubby or my wife, look, your spouses will want you to look good, isn't it? Men want their wives to be pretty, and women also want their spouse to be healthy. So if they go home and they ask, very high chance the answer is no, because the spouse hasn't heard the presentation. So it's best to meet the spouse and say, oh, I can come back with you, you know, I can explain to your husband, or especially if it is a genuine case of asking the spouse about whether she can or cannot. All right. So basically, for people who are big and they refuse to start despite agreeing that, yes, I know that Nu Skin is very good, you just have to keep on following up and, you know, play like playing the kite, like, you know, let go and then you pull back. Use your sincerity to help this person, because you know that person needs the TR90, okay? So really, it's really about the pricing. You just share the value versus the price and close immediately. And whether you want to influence the person, just don't dwell on the points. Just remind them that we're here to help them to lose your weight, and just find their hot button, you know, that they want to look good, they want to be healthy for their family, and just close. So just say chocolate or vanilla, cash or credit card. Now, assume close. Trust me is a thing that we must always say, because basically this business is built on relationship and trust. So you have the 2 choices. You have got either chocolate or vanilla, delivery to home, or is it to your office? Okay, and then just get them to trust you. All right, we always assume close, so because otherwise a lot of time is wasted if we give up too early. All right, so no compromise. Just keep on asking, one more round. In fact, the uplines will tell you, ask 7 times, chocolate or vanilla, cash or credit card, can we send it to your house? You know, so the TR90 presentation should just then take you 30 minutes. Get the order form out, or just get your laptop ready to put in through the order. So just ask for the IC and the credit card. So of course, a post-meeting, a successful meeting is always followed by another. And if it is not closed, follow up with a meeting with the upline, or maybe participate in another TR90 day, or arrange to do like a biophotonic scanning or any other activity that might interest them. If the deal is closed, then you arrange for the next meeting for follow-up and activation. So the business is really all about following up, because the success factor, 20% sales and 80% follow-up and activation. So do follow up with that person, and make sure that they are able to then slim down properly, and you know, show them that you really genuinely want them to lose weight. So I think this image tells it all. You can be that close, you know, to close it. So just keep at it. All right, just remember that. So we are here to chase our dreams of financial freedom. So in order to chase your dreams, you just have to hit these targets along the way. We're here not to fight just for the PR, 10K or EBP. We are here to achieve our dreams. And to do this, we just have to keep on doing our massive action. So if today you decide you want it, you just do it. All right. And new skin is not a knowledge, it is a skill. So the only way to master a skill is through continuous learning and conscious practice. So if you do massive action, you will certainly be practicing and learning and doing all the time. So what we have to do is just contact 3 persons from your name list every day, join our online classes, stay in touch with your uplines daily, help 1 person to start the new skin journey and so that you can have daily closings, all right? So you probably have set yourself a goal to do 10K this month, but you might be wondering, how do I start if you haven't already done so? Just start with 1 person a day to start on the products, and magic will happen, as Blake Roney, our founder, states. So this is my last slide. Thank you for dialing in, and my name is Suliana, signing off from Petaling Jaya. Thank you.